Just as a quick heads up, this is going to be a different style of video than you would usually see as a highlight video. This is going to be Week 14, Week 15, Week 16, and Week 17 all piled into one highlight video. So it's a condensed version of each game, but it's a longer video in general than you're used to seeing as a highlight video. Why I did that is mainly because MLB comes out on Friday, and I want Friday to be I want Thursday to be the last day that Madden goes up on this channel, and Friday to just be MLB from here on out. So Thursday will be the last Madden video, assuming that we make it to the Super Bowl, because today is this, and then Tuesday is the divisional round, and then Wednesday will be the conference championship if we make it there, and then Thursday would be the Super Bowl if we make it there, and then Friday will be MLB. Starting the streams and the just content in general on this channel. So, that being said, let's hop straight into this video. First game up is Week 14 as the Saints travel to San Francisco. We'll start things off first quarter with the Niners handoff. Carlos Hyde picks up a first down and gets his team into field goal territory, where they would end up settling for that field goal. 3-0 Niners to start out this game. Late second quarter now, Niners back on offense. Riley finds his tight end Higbee in the flats, who gets it into the end zone. Touchdown Niners, they're up 10-0. Move things on to the third quarter, where it's now 10-3 after a Saints field goal. Niners on offense. Riley all the time in the world in the pocket, and he's going to throw a pick to Marshawn Lattimore inside the 5-yard line. Basically worked as a punt. And then on 2nd and 9, Manuel would end up getting sacked out of the shotgun by Navarro Bowman for a safety. So it's now a 12-3 Niners lead. Still third quarter here. It's going to be a handoff to Breida. Gets it into the end zone. Touchdown Niners. And now we move things on to the fourth quarter, where it's a 21-6 game. And Manuel's going to roll out to his right, fire it downfield, and find Michael Thomas on 3rd and 13 for the huge touchdown. And the Saints are back in this one. It's now 21-13 on the ensuing kickoff. Niners taking it back. Calvin Pryor lays down the hammer, forces the fumble, and the Saints recover it. And then they would strike for another touchdown. 2nd and 4. Manuel finds Kobe Fleener into the end zone wide open. It's now a 21-19 game, but the Saints unfortunately could not get the onside kick, and the Niners ended up just running out the clock. So the final score in this one is 21 San Francisco over the Saints, who dropped to 11-2 on the year, while the Niners improve to 8-5. The next game up, the Saints traveled to Atlanta to take on the 8-5 Falcons. Saints at 11-2 start things off. Start of the second quarter with the Saints. Manuel feels the pressure, so he takes off, picks up the first down with his legs, slides before contact, and then 2nd and goal on the 4-yard line. He finds his tight end Waller in the flats, gets it into the end zone, and the Saints strike first in this one. 7-0 is their lead. But the Falcons would come right back, drive down the field. Devonta Freeman punches it into the end zone, and it's now a 7-7 game. Third quarter action here as Oligwe with a big third down stop on Freeman forces a 4th and 5, so they send it the kicking team, and the Falcons take a 10-7 lead here in the third quarter. Move on to the fourth now as the Saints are on the goal line. It's going to be a pitch to Alvin Kamara, who gets into the end zone for a touchdown, and they have a 14-10 lead. Now inside the 2-minute warning, Matty Ryan needs to get his team down the field. 1st and 10, all the time in the world in the pocket, but he still can't find anybody, and then Nick Fairley eventually sacks him. So 4th and 20, they need a conversion. Ryan finds Julio Jones, but he is short of the first down marker. So the final on this one would be Saints 14, Falcons 10, as the Saints are now 12-2 and the Falcons are now 8-6. Moving on to Week 16 now as the Saints took on the Panthers in North Carolina. Late first quarter, Cameron Newton trying to get it off to the screen, but instead he is sacked by Sheldon Rankins to push them out of field goal range, so it's still 0-0. Move things on late second quarter now as Christian McCaffrey is stopped by Mark Barron for a big third down stop. So Carolina sends out the kicking team where they try to go for a fake field goal, but instead they are going to be sacked, forced the fumble, and the Saints jumped on it. So they're going the other way with it, and then they would capitalize going the other way with it as Manuel hooks up with the Monmouth legend Chris Hogan for a touchdown, and the Saints are in the lead 7-0. We're going to move things on into the fourth quarter now. It's a 7-3 ball game as EJ Manuel is stripped as a man came from behind him on 4th and inches. They were going for it, and the Carolina Panthers recover. They're going the other way with it. They would get all the way down to the 3-yard line before punching it in with Christian McCaffrey. And it's now a 10-7 Carolina lead. 13-7 now as the Saints need a conversion. And on 3rd and 10, Manuel is sacked. 4th and 15 upcoming. Thomas has some separation. Manuel finds him, but Thomas cannot hold on to the ball. It's a drop and a turnover on downs. So the Saints do not get a chance to win this one as it's a 13-7 victory for the Carolina Panthers over the Saints. Saints drop to 12-3. Panthers improve to 7-8. And now to close out their season, the Saints took on the Los Angeles Rams here back in New Orleans. As it's the late first quarter, Ronnie Tofield getting the pitch, breaks 2 tackles, but cannot get into the end zone. He is stopped on 3rd and goal. So the Saints are at a field goal team. It's now a 3-0 lead for the Saints. Move things on, late second quarter, it's a 3-3 game. Manuel's going to get sacked by an incoming corner, and they would have to send out the field goal team yet again. So the Saints take the lead on a field goal. It's now a 6-3 game. And later on in the second quarter, the Rams would have a chance to score before halftime. 6-3, Saints in the lead, but Goff finds Cooper Kupp in the corner, keeps both feet in bounds, and it's going to be a 10-6 Rams lead heading into the second half. We move things on late fourth quarter. 16-6 is the Rams lead now, and Jared Goff going to the end zone is picked off by Kenny Vaccaro. He's going to try to take it out of the end zone to get at least back to the 20, but instead he's taken down to the 15-yard line. So the Saints are going the other way with it. On their own 26, though, 4th and 14, they need a conversion. Manuel breaks a tackle on the blitzing corner, but could not break the D-end, as it's going to be a turnover on downs. The Rams would get another field goal on the board, and it's going to be a 19-6 loss for the New Orleans Saints here at home to end their year, as they will be heading into the playoffs with a 12-4 record, and despite losing so many games here down the stretch, they are still a first-round bye, as they will be just skipping the wild card and moving immediately on to the divisional round for the next game you will see. And with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of New Orleans Saints football. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying we'll see you for the playoffs.